So, what we'd like to do here, hang on a second. What I would really like to do here is, as I mentioned before in the emails, um, is create a space for many of us to get together, and the more the better. I've thought about recording these or this particular meditation and putting it out there so anybody could watch it any time, and I may still do that. But I think it's hugely important for us to get together live and at the same time. I think that pulling all of our vibrations together and our intentions together really makes a difference. As some of you may know, there's something called the Maharishi effect. There was a study that was done in which a lot of people around the world all meditated for peace at the same time. And there was, based off of data, there was a noticeable difference in the drop in crime. Um, the details of that I'm not sure about. Um, but no matter whether or not you believe in that, I think it is important nonetheless to take that into account and realize that, any good that we put into the world is going to be good for the world. We may lament that there are wars, that there is division. A whole lot of that has been grown over time, but it's especially coming to a head now. There seems to be a push to divide us. Never mind where the push is coming from or from whom. They want to divide us by race. They want to divide us by religion. They want to divide us by what other spiritual belief systems we have. They want to divide us by politics. They want to divide us by country, and so on, and so on, and so on. If you stand back and once again ignore what's going on in the details, seems to be a great amount of division being played out. So let's come together and put some good in there, because if people are always saying it'll never change, this is the way it's always going to be, well, you know what? It has always been that way because everybody believes that it won't be any other way. It's time to change that. And we are starting to do that. And there are lots of people around the world who are also doing the same sort of thing. But nevertheless, I would love to see this grow, become a regular meditation that will be live streamed so more and more and more people can join and we can make a change for the good. So, thank you for joining me. Those were some of my opening thoughts. There is more to discuss, but I will let you know that this is, I'll always start off with opening thoughts. Then we're going to share what I call a sandophonic journey. So anyone who's not familiar with it, most guided meditations are very relaxing, and they have soothing music, sometimes music that drones. There's like no beat to it. And that's beautiful, and I have thoroughly enjoyed that for years, as have many others. And this particular kind of meditation was something I was guided to, no pun intended, with a particular piece of music. And I listened to it over and over again and felt very drawn to it, and then ended up writing a meditation that went with it. So it was a little different because it actually had music that flowed, music that had melodies to it, and got louder and softer and everything else. And it was music that moved. Afterwards, everyone was saying how wonderful it was, and it was a different experience, not because of me, but because of the way Spirit used this. And one person came to me in particular and said, I love meditations, and I see, I see visions, I see images, I see colors. But when we did this, I saw everything in Technicolor. So I was very encouraged by that and hope that you have a similar experience. But no matter what your experience is, we're going to do this together. And as I've said before, I would like to create the world we truly desire. Us, the people, not the talking heads on TV. Never mind who the talking heads are. It's just going to be us, we the people, and the majority of the world, and I mean a large majority, the media, again, never mind where it comes from or who you think it leans towards. All of them do not represent the majority of the world, and I mean a huge majority. So we, the people, are going to paint the picture of the world that we truly desire and try to bring it into reality. And we are going to bring this into reality. It's going to happen. And we are going to play our part in that. So then after the Sandalphonic journey is over, so I named these, yes, you can see it there. So I named it after the Archangel of Sandalphon, the Archangel of Music. So it's music, but it's not the droning music. And it will ebb and flow. It will go up and down. You'll feel inspired. You'll feel relaxed. You'll feel whatever, excuse me, comes up in you. And it could be exciting, and it could be just a loving relaxation. It goes back and forth. So then at the end of that, I will have some closing thoughts, and we will just be thankful for the time we've spent together. So I've already touched on some of what I wanted to say, but there is so much to talk about that we're just going to hit a few ideas here. And please don't think that this is going to be a time of looking at bullet points. It's not about that. I just thought I would use this as just to let you know where we're going. The importance of meditating together. I mentioned that before. We really do make a difference when our desires and our intentions coalesce. And so instead of having a lot of hatred out there and a lot of angst, let's start building an oasis of love and compassion. And I'm talking about the greatest amount of love. We do not have a good word in English. English has an extremely large, wonderful vocabulary because it was the melting pot of many languages. Unfortunately, we don't have many words to describe aspects of love. Other languages do. I think Greek has, and ancient Greek in particular, had had 6 or 8 or something like that, different forms of love. So what I'm talking about, and I don't want to necessarily use the Greek and go with any particular religion's, use of that word, but the Greek word for agape was a love of the world, it's like a higher love, a divine love that we would have. So it's not the romantic love, and it's not the love of family or the love of a friend. It is the love that surpasses everything, and it's for everything. And that's what we need to concentrate on. And I think that a lot of people have heard the adage that the opposite of love is fear. And there is a lot of fear-mongering out there. So let's put more love out there and uh, try to make that happen over the face of the earth. That the love, the divine love, the all encompassing love that we would like to see in humanity, uh, and be a love for each other, which I think will spread. And if you look at the angst in the world, you could always go back to there's a lack of love, and there's a lot of souls that are crying out for love, acceptance. All the uh, stuff that macho stuff we may see about respect, or people that want some kind of power. They want it because there's stuff that is missing in their life, and love is the greatest thing that they are missing. So let's pump out more of this love everywhere. And it's important in this meditation or any other meditation to feel what you want, whatever your intention is. So if our intention is to build the world we truly desire, excuse me, we have to feel what that feels like, not just imagine it. And again, as I've mentioned before, in the imagination, do not try your best. And this is something I have to practice. All of this stuff, anything I mention here, we all have to practice it. No one's perfect. But the more we practice it and the more we bring it into our life instead of just talking about it, the better off we will all be. So when we are imagining and envisioning the world we want, do not think in terms of particular humans. Do not think in terms of, you know, someone who was a boss who did you wrong, or, a family member, or a political figure, or other political figures wherever they are. We're going to ignore that. Do not think in terms of that. Think in terms of what you want in this world and in this life and in the lives of everyone who comes after us. Because I do believe that we are living in a very, very important time on this planet. And we are key to helping change things around. So we're going to put politics aside. We're going to put people we don't like aside. We are going to picture that this love and this compassion and mercy will spread towards everyone and everything, no matter who they are. And I have no idea when things get cleaned up. I have no idea how that's going to happen, and I'm not going to try to figure out what it is, and I'm not going to try to imagine it. I have come to decide that that's not going to help any. So I'm putting it out of my mind, and when I keep running into things that don't seem good, I think in terms of what I want and what I want to feel. So it's important with this knowing and believing that this all will happen. This is what faith is about. It's actually not waiting for, some divine being to grant something to us. We have to believe and feel and know that this is going to happen, and then it is granted to us. So, let's start. Make sure you're in a comfortable position, whether you're sitting up, lying down, sitting on the floor, whatever it is you're doing. If you're sitting upright, put both feet flat on the floor and relax. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale slowly. This is the breath that relaxes your body. Inhale deeply. Hold it. Sorry. Exhale slowly. This is the breath that relaxes your mind. Inhale deeply. Hold it. Exhale slowly. This is the breath that brings you into deep meditation, that which is in our highest good. Creator of all that is, our source, we thank you. We thank you for our time together. We thank you that we are alive on this earth at this important moment in our planet's history. And we begin. Breathe normally, steadily, relax. We call in and acknowledge those who watch over us, our guides, angels, archangels, and ascended masters. We ask you all for your protection during this time. We now protect ourselves and see ourselves in a perfect sphere of light and love that allows anything we release to leave, but does not allow anything that is not in our highest good to enter. See yourself now in your favorite outdoor location. The sun on your face, a very gentle breeze blowing. The smell of fresh air envelops you. You feel connected with all of nature around you. You feel Mother Earth hugging you as if the gentle breeze had arms. You feel your heart fill with love for her, and you feel the earth's love, warmth all over you. You feel the warmth of the sun from the crown of your head down to your toes. You hear the Creator say, "I love you." You smile a knowing smile of the greatest peace and love you have ever known. Your energies mix into a sudden pulse of white light that goes out in all directions. And now, with no sense of fear, you know someone is standing near you. As you turn to look over your left shoulder, you see that it is you, and you smile. You know that this other version of you, standing on your left side, is you from earlier today, even a few minutes ago. This is the version of you before you connected with Mother Earth and the Creator. And the two of you embrace. You send love to yourself. You tell the other you that you forgive yourself, and that nothing will ever separate you from the Creator, who is infinite love. Tell yourself that everything is going to be all right. And the warmth that you feel for your other self at this moment, right now, is the way you should treat yourself always. Now you become aware of others others around you. And you look about you. Everyone who is in this meditative state right now surrounds you. And you smile at them, and they smile at you. There is a fullness to the loving acceptance and compassion you have for each one of them, just as if they were the other you. The love you shared with the Creator, the love you shared with Mother Earth, the love you shared with your other self is the exact same love you feel for everyone in this space. This love is the embodiment of compassion. Just as you know your life has a history, but you are forgiven and you have forgiven yourself and know why you did the things you did, you know that each soul that you share this love with also has a history too, but that none of that matters now, because what matters is right now. And just as you told yourself everything will be all right, so you tell all of them. The chorus of compassion lifts your heart even higher. And behold, a bright white light connects your heart to everyone else's, and you can feel the love of the Creator flowing between one another. And then you realize light is what happens when God breathes. What you feel now, this feeling that's building, this is what the love for each other, the love of the Creator, the light that we see, this is how powerful it is. This is how powerful we all are. Not in a human sense of power, but how brightly the light of infinite love is, and how it can change us when we share it with each other. And now you realize this moment of sharing is not just for those in this meditation, but it is for everyone. All humans upon this planet. And not just all humans, but all living things. As you move about in your life, you will look at everyone and everything differently. You will see the love shine from your heart into everyone else's and into every other living thing, whether it is a tree, a rose, a worm, anything small, anything great. This love that we feel for everything will continue to grow, and we will naturally take care of any problems that seem to hurt us now, and they will all melt away. All of this comes out of the love that we have for each other and for every other living thing. And the problems that we have will fall away, and our world will change. So imagine that the love that you need to show yourself, that you have experienced, and even though you think you may have problems with it, it will come more easily. And you continue to work on yourself and love yourself, and don't get upset when you fall, and you continue to build your life and love yourself, and you will notice that it will help every other aspect. And we become thankful for the little things, for everything. Be thankful for every breath you take. Be thankful for every step you take. Be thankful for every new day. And never lose the wonder that life brings. And as that thankfulness grows in our hearts, everything becomes easier for us. And that energy of thankfulness and gratitude spreads around everywhere. And this is what begins the process of love taking over the surface of the earth. And if everybody feels this way towards one another, imagine what this world would be. Feel the excitement of that glorious moment when everybody realizes, hey, we can do this, and we will do it. And as you continue this, and continue this in your own personal life, the wonders will never cease. So never stop being thankful. Never stop loving yourself. And grow. And as this happens with you and everybody else around you, this world will change. Feel the excitement of the people around you. Feel the excitement of other people in other countries. Feel the excitement of no more greed, of no more war, of no more holding back. Feel the excitement of what this glorious world will be when we no longer have lack, because this world is enough. The abundance in this world is amazing. We have just not been allowed to take care of it, and now we shall. Scientists will be able to give us free energy, medical cures that have never been allowed to happen before, so no one will be sick. No one will die of cancer. Everyone will live a full life. Everyone will have everything they need. And everyone will live in harmony, in peace, with understanding. The transformation around this planet will be so amazing, we cannot grasp how wonderful it's going to be. but it is glorious to feel it right now. And this glory can happen upon our planet because we want it to, and we will make it so. And so it is. Think of what it's like to look around, and there's no strife. There is peace upon this planet. There is peace in your heart, and peace everywhere else. That's worth it, is it not? And we shall make it happen. And now, see yourself in your home, taking a walk in the woods, being out in nature, being with other people, or by yourself, that no matter what you do, you are at peace. Feel the gratitude of what it's like to have that after all these years. Think about what it's like not to strive every day, not to hurt, where everyone treats each other well, and particularly you inside. It is a glorious feeling. And now it's time to come back. Start moving your toes and your fingers. Become aware of your body. And take your time coming back. But do not lose that sense of wonder. I hope you've enjoyed this time. This is what we need to do, whether we do it by ourselves or with a group. There's nothing that needs to hold you back at all. My apologies. Stop. There's nothing to stop you from doing this by yourself at any time. But I do believe that the more of us that do this more often, the more it will help. I've said it before, I realize that. My apologies, but it is a very, very strong feeling that has occurred in my life at this point. It's a very, very strong feeling that I think that even though we may all wish for it, we have wished for it for years. We've all wanted it, and we've all talked about what it's like to be one, and that's other subjects I can talk about on other times, what that means exactly. But it's time for us to practice it and to really make it happen. But what is interesting is that I don't think any one of us, no matter how strongly we feel about what the what the Creator has in store for us, what we have in store for ourselves, and all the glorious things we keep thinking about, I don't think we really understand the power of our global consciousness. And it has been held back from us. We have been deceived. And it is important to not worry about that the deception has happened. We're moving on from that. So, what we need to practice is this desire to connect, to see everybody else with love, because we are all connected. So, I hope that all of you will walk away from this experience changing with some kind of change within yourself, so that you would continue this in everyday life. And again, I have tried to do this. I'm working on it. But I'm no big thing, and I fail a lot, but I keep going. And I think that all of us need to do that. We need to become spiritually mature and continue to work on ourselves and have that love and compassion we just experienced for ourselves when we mess up, and learn how to just, you forgive yourself and you move on. And it may take practice to do that, and it may take a lot of practice to show love towards everybody else. Believe me, I understand, but it's worth it. And for what progress I've made, it's amazing. And it definitely feels wonderful and feels different. And if we're all practicing that together, we will help each other. And as this energy grows and this vibration grows, it will spread. And literally, we will be helping everyone around us and each other simply by buoying up. I don't want to. Oh well, that's the term. Like, a buoy. That floats on the water. It doesn't sink. It pops back up. And this love needs to pop back up and keep popping up and start popping up all over the place. So I urge you to remember the bullet points that you see are in here right now. Stay positive, meditate every day, practice love, compassion, and forgiveness, especially on yourself, and be gentle with yourself. If you are listening and you have not signed up for my newsletter, I would urge you to go to my site. It's on the first page, and if you scroll down a bit, you will see it, and just sign up, and I'll be announcing when the times of these are happening in the future. And I would like at some point for this to be twice a week. And then if any of you have anything else that you do to help the global consciousness raise, I would be happy to support you in your efforts too, because we are all in this together, and we are all here to help each other. So I wish each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Thank you for joining me. Take care.